Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año. Felicidad.
Welcome to the Talmud County Pioneers' first production of our video review of some of our stories that have been on our website during this past week. You're probably familiar with our website, talmudcountypioneer.net. We've been producing stories about the life and times, people, and news in Talmud County for 6 years now. I'm Laura Swanson, the editor for the Talmud County Pioneer, and we look forward to providing you with a different way to learn about the many stories in our community. One of the top stories this last week, of course, is Thanksgiving. And the Thanksgiving event in Talmud County was held at the Schooner Restaurant and Lounge in Netarts. The Schooner's been putting on this particular fundraiser for 10 years. The Thanksgiving dinner is a benefit for the Oregon Food Bank Tillamook Services, and it's the largest fundraiser of the year for the local food bank. This began 10 years ago as what was known as an Orphan's Thanksgiving. Employees and friends of owner of the Schooner, Tommy Flood Jr., would gather and have Thanksgiving together. And then Tommy got the idea that maybe we should turn it into a benefit fundraiser. And it just grew from there. This was a particularly difficult year for the Schooner as Tommy Flood tragically passed away in January of this year. So the employees and volunteers in the community had to come together to pull off this event. And we're happy to report that the event has topped the fundraising goal of over $25,000. So donations are still being accepted, and you can contact the Schooner for more information. Dean Mueller and Julie Amici are well-known local musicians that divide their time between Portland and Manzanita. I've known them both for many years as musicians at the Manzanita Farmers Market. Dean and Julie are the recent recipients of the Cascade Blues Association Award called Back What You Believe In. And for a lot of the award nominees, they had a program or two that they supported. With Dean and Julie, it's half a dozen programs and projects that they're involved in that give back to our community in particular. They are developing a music enrichment program for Neoconi High School and just recently brought two well-known musicians to Neoconi, LaRonda Steele, who was giving a choir workshop, and John Nastos, a saxophonist who was giving a woodwinds workshop. And in addition to that, both LaRonda and John were also giving a concert at Wild Manzanita on Monday, December 2nd, as a follow-up to the workshop. Dean and Julie have, in addition to that, also launched a program called Fly Me to the Moon, which is a music enrichment program for our senior citizens. So they're getting both ends of the spectrum. They're helping our students and they're providing music for our valuable elders and senior citizens. They do so much for our community, and one of the other things they did this year was launch a new music festival, the Fire Mountain Music Festival, which brought leading musicians to the Tillamook Coast. Dean and Julie continue to amaze everyone with how they are giving back to our community. And there's a way that you can help support some of these great causes. They'll be doing a holiday showcase, Sugar and Spice Holiday Treats, at the NCRD, the North County Recreation District Theater, on December 21st. You can just go to Ticket Tomato and look for Sugar and Spice at NCRD for ticket information. The holiday showcase is going to benefit the Neoconi Music Enrichment Programs. Also go to the talmudcountypioneer.net for the full story about Dean and Julie and the wonderful programs and projects that they support. Keith Jones, a nationally known speaker and disability rights activist, paid a visit to the North Oregon coast in November. He spoke to students at Neoconi High School in a jam-packed gym as a lone man in a wheelchair speaking to teenage students. And the teenage students were absolutely mesmerized by his presentation. Keith taught us all lessons about what it means to live with a disability, what it means to live as a black man, about inclusion, what that means for housing, and so much more.
You know, the solutions about a housing crisis is not that people can't afford it. It's why is a house on Tuesday that rented for $1,300 on Wednesday now renting for $2,600? Mm-hmm. What is the driving force behind that? Now, in a free market capitalist society, people will say, well, I have the right to charge what I want to charge. You do. But you know, there's a cost to that. Mm-hmm. Because if you're charging $2,600, that means the people who would be here to quote service the people who are driving, who are parachuting in for their vacation home. So what happens if none of you are here and the vacation people come and there's a fire? What happens? Oh, your house burned down. Well, where was the fire people? You priced them out. Mm-hmm. Somebody has an emergency. There's no EMT. You priced them out. My kids wants to go to school, but the teachers aren't there. Price them out. That is not just a Talmud County issue. That is a national issue. And if you add disability to it, it becomes a crisis level event.
Keith wrapped up his visit with probably one of the most fun excursions ever. We went to the Manzanita Visitors Center, and we were able to use one of the special wheelchairs for Keith on the beach. He said it was the first time he had been on the beach on the West Coast. Keith is from the East Coast originally, and he said it was the most comfortable wheelchair he'd ever been in. We rolled him out to the edge of the surf. He laid back in the chair and said he was in heaven and could just spend the rest of his days right there. We're working with local sponsors and local organizations to bring Keith back to the Oregon coast, but watch for more information and be sure to take a look at the Talmud County Pioneers YouTube channel and the information that Keith has provided. So this is in your mailbox, or it should have been the last few days. The Talmud County Giving Guide. This is a publication that the Talmud County Pioneer and Fulcrum Community Resources is proud to produce, and it's our third year. Again, this has been put in every mailbox in Talmud County, and this is a listing of local nonprofits and organizations, and it's a way for you to give your local nonprofits donations as you consider your year-end giving. There's so many valuable nonprofits in our community, and they're really the only way that we have the services that we have in our small rural community. In fact, there are over 100 nonprofits that provide so many valuable services, and we're so lucky to have them all. So as you're doing your year-end giving, please take a look at the Talmud County Giving Guide. There are profiles in here of over 30 of our nonprofits. There's also a listing of other nonprofits in the back too. They're all very deserving, and I know it's difficult to choose, but any of the amounts that you can give will go to very valuable nonprofits. We are very thankful to live in this beautiful place, and it's these nonprofits that help keep that community spirit going. So as you're doing your year-end giving, be sure and look at the Talmud County Giving Guide. It's also online on the Talmud County Pioneer. It's set up so you can browse through the entire guide. And if maybe you don't doing your year-end giving, there's also information here. There's other ways to give. Please give with your time. All of these organizations also need volunteers as well. And be sure to take a look at the Talmud County Giving Guide. It's in your mailbox and online on the TalmudCountyPioneer.net. It's that time of the year, holiday happenings from one end of the county to the other, and there are so many great things going on that I wanted to kind of highlight some of my favorite activities. Starting in North County on Saturday, December 7th, it's the annual Farmers Market, Winter Market at the White Clover Grange. This is an opportunity to get some great gifts from local vendors and also stock up on some winter produce, winter meats. It's just a great location as well in the historic White Clover Grange on Highway 53. So that's Saturday, December 7th. Also going on Saturday, December 7th at Nehalem Bay United Methodist Church is their annual holiday bazaar. This bazaar has been going on for years and is well known for all of the great products that you can get there. I believe they also have a clam chowder lunch, and there's also Granny's Attic, which is a special place, especially for kids, where they have very low price gifts where children can come in and for a few dollars manage to get all of their gifts for everyone in their family. Then as you head down the coast on Saturday, there are other bazaars going on. Let's head to Tillamook, and there is the Breakfast with Santa at the Tillamook Creamery. There's also a bazaar at the United Methodist Church, as well as the Nazarene Church in Tillamook. In fact, those bazaars are on Friday and Saturday. Tillamook is the big place to be on Saturday the 7th, as this is their tree lighting, and they also have the special Holiday Lights Parade. Then you can head on down to Pacific City to the Kawanda Community Center on December 7th, and there is their Christmas Bazaar. And we've just given you a few of our favorite snippets. Be sure to go to the TillamookCountyPioneer.net website, click on the Events tab, and you'll open up the Tillamook Living Calendar, which will give you even more information. We also will be publishing a holiday events calendar that's regularly updated each week. There's so much going on in Tillamook County, and we'll do our best to keep track of all of the happenings. And again, be sure to go to the TillamookCountyPioneer.net for more information about any of these stories. Thanks for watching.
Navidad.